Hello, it's me, Darlene from Growing with Darlene. Um, Normally, like my videos that I post are a like gardening type stuff. Well, I live in zone 6A and we have winter right now, so there's no outside stuff. So I was trying to figure out like what am I going to do to keep myself busy? Well, one of my favorite YouTubers, I follow him, all the stuff that he does, I try to copy it because I just think that him and his wife are an amazing couple that really work to help people to really be more self-sustainable in a way. His name is Lead Farmer 73. Him and his wife, Lady Lead, they're an amazing group of people. I never have seen anyone like them before, and it makes me smile. And when I think about it, because I think I found my village of people, like my group, the people that that I fit in with, and so yeah. So what he did is, it was slick how he did it. He told us all, like he had a contest. He wanted all of us to start our own YouTube channel, and he was going to, and he said it had to be over like 10 minutes, because I think all my videos was like 2-3 minutes. And so there was a prize associated with it. I don't even remember what the prize was, but I started the YouTube channel only to find out that the purpose of the contest was to get people to do their own thing, so they could see that being a content creator is not easy. Like, you have to really, anyway, the whole point of it is, I guess, is that he kicked me in the pants and told me to, well, not just me, but everybody, that we need to start canning. So what he recommended is this book here, the Ball Blue book. Now, I didn't know prior to the getting started is that there's seasons for these things, and Ball puts them out. I don't even know how often they put them out, but this was an older edition. And so I looked for it and I found it. And I'm not happy with the price that I paid for a used canning book, but here we are. I got the book, right? But it kicked off this crazy chain reaction in me. So I was like, this book is so great. Let's see what other books that they have. And so I got this book, a vintage one. And then this one, you can see this canning book, which is a new one. This is another new canning book. By new, I mean that, you can easily find them on Amazon and other resources. I think Amazon has been one of my main places that I get them. So this one, the new one. And then I just got this one a couple days ago. Small batch preserving. And then, okay, one more new book. This one. Now I'm going to show you all the vintage books that I sourced. And one of the reasons that I started on the vintage hunt for the books is because my grandmother used to can. Like, that was her thing. And that was the time of the year that we could just go crazy on all the fruit and stuff that came into the house. And so my grandmother made lots of jellies and relishes and stuff like that, and her chow chow, which I never tasted, but people raved on it, right? Because back then I didn't like anything that had a vegetable in it. And so now that I'm older, I look for stuff like that. So the idea or the justification in getting all these old books was that I find my grandmother's recipe. I don't even know what a recipe was, but I'm hoping that between all these old books that I've sourced, I'll be able to come up with one that would make my grandma proud. So this is one of the books that I got, a vintage source. Originally was $1. So let's see what year this was published. This was, some of them are really, really old. This book was 1972. So in 1972, this book cost $1. Then there's this other vintage book. 35 cents is what it used to. Someone paid 35 cents for it. I paid a lot more than 35 cents. What year is this book was published? 1963, the year before I was born. This book was published. 1963. Then there's this other vintage book. It doesn't have a price on it. I'm sure it probably was pennies. 1943. 1943, Ball was cranking out the books. And then here, if you're new to canning, like I was, because I'm like the youngest of 10, and so I always watched people doing stuff. I wasn't always interested in doing it myself, and I find that now all those things that I used to watch my mother and grandmother and sisters and brothers do, now I'm trying to do it too. So, this book, Kerr, I might be mispronouncing it, but they're like the second cousin to Ball. Ball, I think, is the industry standard. Ball products, and Jars is the one that I remember most. So Kerr is, I guess, the competition, and this was 25 cents. What year was this one? I was going to say, what year was it born? What year was it published? 1948. And then this Ball one. Look at the cover. You know that this baby is old. Look at the paper. And I'm guessing that whoever canning book this was, they didn't use it. It makes me smile. I'm happy that I got this pristine old book. But also, what a waste. Like, I wanted to make sure that I don't have all these books, and someone buys my books later in life or afterlife, and they're in pristine condition. Whoever gets these books, they're going to be jelly stains and relish and everything on them, I promise you. But this book here is my oh no, that's not true. I have one more vintage book. But what year? 1953. My last vintage book. Also a Ball. I think I just kind of been looking for the Ball ones. And I'm not sure why I picked the ones that I picked. There was no rhyme or reason to it. I just looked for canning. I just put canning in the canning books in the search. And then whatever one that told me or spoke to me is the one I picked. I'm guessing this is a later model because of the size of the book. Let's see, what year was it published, not born. It was published in 1977. 1977. And then, one more new book. Whew, that's a lot. So really, there really is a method to the madness. The reason that I have so many books, well, for one, this is kind of how I am. When I start doing something, I kind of lock in. And the other part of it is the things that I've canned so far, they don't that. And I don't know if it's because I'm not used to a fermented diet or a canned food relish type diet. I don't know. I just feel like the stuff that I've canned so far has way more vinegar than I personally like to eat, or there is a lot of sugar. So my plan is, out of these books, both old and new, that I develop some recipes, some canning recipes that are right out of the jar. You can eat the food, warm it up, and have it for lunch. I can proudly give my family and friends some of my canned good stuff that they're not going to be like, oh, oh my gosh, this is a vinegar nightmare or a sugar diabetic bomb. I don't have one yet, but I will. I will develop something, and it's going to be magic. Since he had us do this challenge of starting our own YouTube channel, and I think the first canning thing that it was like a group canning thing where everyone had to come together and just take a bag of apples. He had a bag of apples, and he had us not pressure can, but water bath can the apples, and I have been bitten. I want to say from that day that I made the apples, I think I've had 4 sessions of apples, canning sessions. I made apple butter. I made zesty cranberry steak sauce. And I made this other cranberry relish that was, it was gross. It was a vinegar nightmare. I ended up dumping those out. But yeah, please travel with me I'm just saying, this thing right here, canning, it's my thing, y'all. It's my thing. It really, it's something very therapeutic about it. I wish I could explain. Jars with the liquid or whatever the items are, it's something very peaceful and calming in that. I just want to say, if anyone has any thoughts of canning, give it a try. I think you might like it. All right, thank y'all. Stay tuned, because I'm telling you, the jar game. Yeah. All right. Take care of yourselves. Bye.